Class 7, welcome to your English language class. We shall begin with chapter 16, the sentence, page 151. I want you to keep your books open while you listen to this explanation. We begin with what a sentence is. When we are asked what a sentence is, we immediately say that it is a group of words which makes a complete sense. Apart from this, there are a few things that we follow while forming a sentence. We begin the sentence with a capital letter. We end with a full stop or a question mark or an exclamation mark. And most of the sentences have got a subject and a predicate. Most of the types of sentences have got a subject and a predicate. These are the usual things that we follow. Among these sentences here in Let's Practice that you can see, which of the following lines are complete sentences? You have to identify which of these 6 sentences are complete sense, obviously, which follow the rules of beginning with a capital letter, ending with a proper punctuation, and also that has a complete meaning. Number 1, in a way. In a way, children, is only a phrase. This does not make a complete sense. Therefore, in a way is not a sentence. Number 2, see you soon. See you soon is a sentence, children. You may feel that there is no immediate subject present here, you may feel, but see you soon indeed is a sentence. There are too many options. This is also a sentence. Would you is an incomplete sense, therefore not a sentence. I want to go here is again a sentence that has a complete meaning, and knowing words is again a phrase. Okay, now having done this, we move to the next part, that is let's learn part of a sentence. We know that a sentence is made of 2 parts, that is subject and predicate. Now what is the subject, children? A subject is usually that which does the action in the sentence. It is the doer of the action or the one that performs the action. And what is the predicate, children? The predicate is that which is being told about the subject. Okay, or that we talk about, what we talk about the subject is called the predicate of the sentence. Look at this example here. The predicate can be made up of only a verb. The predicate can also consist of only a verb, children. Like he laughed. Here in he laughed, he is the subject and laughed is the verb. Although there are no complements or any other object present after laughed, but yes, laughed is a verb and that can form the only predicate in the sentence. Okay, now moving on to the next page. The predicate may have an object. It is also possible that a predicate can have an object. I bought a book. Bought is the verb here. I bought what? A book. A book is the object here. The predicate can also be made of a complement. John is a musician. John is the subject here. Is the verb. What is John? John is a musician. So there is an added information given about John, the boy. Therefore, is a musician is the predicate, and musician, the word musician itself is a complement here. This we find therefore that a proper object, a complement, or only a verb used properly with a subject gives us a proper sentence. So the subject always precedes the verb in a declarative sentence. In a declarative sentence means an assertive sentence, or which we called a declaration, or what is the other name of a declarative sentence? It is also called a statement. Okay, so be it a statement or be it a declarative sentence or an assertive sentence, the subject always precedes the verb. That is, the subject is used before the verb. There must be a verb in the predicate, and the verb has to be there used in a predicate. We know that a proper sentence cannot be formed without a verb, isn't it? Now look at this portion, children. Remember, an object is a sentence. In a sentence is the person or thing affected by the action described by the verb. You know this. You have already learned what transitive and intransitive verbs are last year. An object in a sentence is that it will be either a person or a thing about which onto which the action of the verb passes. A complement in a sentence identifies or provides additional meaning to the subject. A complement, on the other hand, gives us some additional information about the subject. Now, there is an exercise you can see here, children. Let's practice. This will be a homework. Now, moving on to types of sentences based on meaning. Sentences can be classified into 4 types based on the meaning they cover. They are declarative or assertive, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. Okay. So, children, what are these different types of sentences? Let's discuss. A declarative sentence is that sentence which only states something, okay, that only states, that is, that makes a statement about the subject. Declarative sentences can be divided into 2. One is affirmative, another is negative. Affirmative of positive sentence is a statement without the use of the words no, not, never. Therefore, these are called affirmative. And the moment we include no, not, never in the sentences, in the assertive sentences, those become negative in meaning. Okay. For example, children, say the sky looks blue, or the sky is looking blue. This is a declarative sentence, this is affirmative. And if we use a negative sentence in the assertive, let us take an example. Say he does not like to play football. This is a sentence in the negative meaning, but definitely it is a declarative sentence making a statement. Next is interrogative. Interrogative sentences are those sentences which ask questions. Now, questions can be asked in 2 ways. One, giving us yes no answers. Another, that these kind of yes no questions begin with auxiliary verbs. And the other type of questions are the WH questions, which begin with the WH words like which, what, when, whom, where, how. These are a few examples. You see here, there is an example given here. Do you like to study English? This is a yes no question, and the WH question begins with the WH word, that is, which school do you go to? Next comes the imperative sentences. Imperative sentences are those which give us instructions, which talk about some request, or which imply some command, some order, advices. Okay. Examples of imperative sentences are like, please pass me a cup of milk. Please pass me the cup of milk. This is a request. Carry on with your work. This is like an order. March forward. This is a command. These are a few examples of the imperative sentences. Exclamatory sentences are those which express a strong feeling. Okay. There can be interjections used in order to express exclamatory sentences. Apart from that, we also use words like how and what to begin exclamatory sentences. How beautiful the morning is. What a beautiful piece of art human beings are. What a beautiful piece of art human being is, in fact, exclamation mark. These are a few examples of such kind of a sentence that is exclamatory. Children, this is all for today. We shall continue this again in the next class. Thank you very much.